So it all starts with 16 boneless, skin-on chicken thighs. You might have to go to your butcher's for it because we really want the skin on for this. The bone definitely out. We don't want that because it's going to be a kebab. We're going to carve into it. And beautiful free-range chicken for sure. And then look down here, guys. We want a specific quantity of beautiful spices. And this is what the Turkish are so clever at, layering those flavours.
First, you want to make a spicy paste that will give your chicken brilliant flavour. Heat a dry frying pan, then put in 10 or so cardamom pods, and about a teaspoon each of cumin seeds, coriander seeds, and fennel seeds.
Just waking up the flavours, getting them toasty.
Add a pinch of salt and pepper, and a level teaspoon each of allspice, cinnamon, cloves, and sweet smoked paprika. Toast the spices for 2 minutes until they start to smoke.
The smells are incredible. And then into a pestle and mortar. If you do want to peel your cardamom seeds, once they're cracked, see those little black seeds? You can just push those out. There's something quite fantastic and exciting about spices. Some of the old recipes would try and have as many spices in there as possible to sort of show off and sort of bling up, basically. I want 4 bay leaves here, and then 8 cloves of garlic. Just finely slice it. This bashed up paste here is the basis of all the kind of enjoyment and flavour of this whole dish. This is where it all starts. So we want to bind that, and we want to create a marinade. So we're going to use 4 heaped tablespoons of Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt's great because it's nice and thick and it clings to the meat. Also, yogurt is a fantastic tenderizer. A little splash of oil, and then an interesting ingredient, peanut butter, and that will give an incredible kind of grunt to the flavour. I mean, just a real backbone of all those spices. And it works really well, and it tastes phenomenal. I'm going to go in with all of this marinade. This is time to get your hands in. A nice little massage up. And I'm really pushing the flavour into that meat.
To build your kebab, regular metal skewers will work just fine. But I want to make one massive shawarma, so I'm going to use a rotisserie.
Whether it's a little skewer or a big skewer, the principles are all the same. I'm going to start with a lemon. We're going to go onto here. We've got a spike at this end, straight through, and that is kind of like a bookend. It keeps it all nice and tight. The next thing I'm going to do is a little tomato. It will just melt and disintegrate over the cooking time.
Fold the chicken thighs as you stick them onto your spike. Just layer them up with chunks of onion and red pepper in between. And push it all down nice and tight.
For me, the whole purpose of doing this is because we know we like kebabs, but to take ownership back of knowing all the ingredients, the love, the care, the spices, you know, it's taking something street culture and making it artisanal again.
The chicken will need to marinate in the fridge for a good few hours, ideally overnight. If you've not got much space, do it before you skewer it up. Now I'm going to make the dough for the flatbreads to go with my chicken.
We want a nice flatbread with little lumps and bubbles all over, and that's going to be the perfect kind of edible plate for our lovely charred chicken and our tabule and our amber and our hummus and all the pickles. It's going to be super, super good. So for this recipe, 1 kilo of flour is what you need, but I'm blending white flour with whole grain flour, and that's going to give it that lovely kind of richness of flavour.
Add 2 tablespoons of sesame seeds, a pinch of salt and a teaspoon of baking powder to the flour, and bring it all together with 550 ml of cold water.
Have a nice little knead up here. You want to get it elastic so that the bread has structure, and then when it hits the direct heat, it kind of stretches but holds that gas, that air.
Knead the dough for 2 or 3 minutes until really smooth, then cover it with a damp cloth.
Keep it nice and cosy. It'll stay there easily for 4 or 5 hours, happy as Larry. When it comes to cooking time, have it there next to you, cut a bit off, roll it out onto a cake rack, over the lovely cinders of coal, and you'll have the most incredible homemade flatbread.
Next, some hummus.
We buy a lot of hummus from the supermarket in the little tubs. It's very generic these days. Making your own is another level. It's incredible flavour. We're going to get a jar of nice chickpeas. Look at the size of those, fat, buttery ones. So pour that in with their juice. We want a pinch of cumin, 2 tablespoons of tahini. Tahini is basically a sesame seed paste. It's kind of like peanut butter. If you haven't got it, use peanut butter, no problem at all. Go in with a pinch of sea salt. We're then going to hit up a nice unwaxed lemon, cut that in half and squeeze that in. And then some lovely olive oil. Going to make it silky and shiny and gorgeous. And then a little garlic, just 1 clove will do. There you go, whiz it up. So it only takes a minute to make. You can add a little water if it's too thick, but you want it to be really shiny. And I want it to be loose, because I'm almost going to use it to butter those beautiful flatbreads. There you go. Silken hummus. You can just have some toasted cumin. You can just sprinkle on the top. Little olive oil on top. Job's a good one.
To create even more bursts of flavour on my flatbread, I'm also going to make a spicy amber sauce.
Now, if you haven't had it before, this is an incredible condiment. Think kind of mint sauce with roast lamb. It's a mango-based sauce that's fantastic with grilled meats, wonderful with eggs, really, really good, of course, with chicken shawarma. That's why we're doing it.
Add to a pan about half a teaspoon each of fenugreek, mustard seeds, sweet smoked paprika, cayenne pepper and turmeric. Then, in the same pan, gently fry some sliced garlic, keeping it separate initially. But when softened, combining it with the toasted spices.
So essentially what we've made there is kind of like a flavoured temper that you'd have in India. You know, we've got all those fragrances and all those spices doing nice things there. And I'm just going to turn that temperature off.
Peel and de-stone 2 ripe mangoes and give them a whiz with the juice of 2 limes. Then add the mango to the spices.
It's a condiment, so it's got to kind of cut through with the richness of the chicken and the fat, and it's just kind of got to do that beautiful thing like lemon on smoked salmon or apple sauce with roast pork. I'm going to put this in a nice dish now, and I'll put that in the fridge. And it's that refreshing part to go with the lovely, hot, gnarly carved meat. So there you go, the gorgeous and very unusual amber sauce, my way. That's going to be amazing with the chicken.
With my sauce, hummus and dough all done, I'm ready for the exciting bit. The grilling over an open fire of my great big chicken kebab.
Come on, look at that. That's been in the fridge, marinating a treat. Gorgeous. I want the rendered fat to start going on the coals, and you hear that pss, 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 and that turns into beautiful little spurts of smoke, and that's what's going to give it that colour and flavour as well.
My big shawarma will need to cook for about an hour. Small individual ones will be much quicker. So I'm going to make a zesty tabule while I wait.
This is the thing I love about cooking outdoors. You can see it, you can smell it, and we can kind of bring the rest of the meal together as we do it. So, tabule, a classic, really simple to make. Of course, it's based around herbs. So we've got a nice wodge here of parsley and mint. I've cooked some bulgur wheat here. You can get it in all the supermarkets. It's just cracked wheat. You just boil it, follow the packet instructions, a little bit of salt, and you're laughing. And then while it's been drained and still at room temperature, we can dress that with beautiful things. So rip the parsley off, finely slice these herbs. Beautiful. Essentially what I've created here is a kebab shop, my very own kebab shop. We've got some spring onions here. Just line them up. just a couple of tomatoes. Take the seeds out of the tomatoes. You don't have to do that, but it's quite nice. Use 2 or 3, depending on their size. Nice ripe ones really helps. All we have to do now, is add a little special ingredient. Get down the supermarket and find some beautiful preserved lemons. I'm just gonna quarter them and remove any pips. It's got an incredible fragrance. And for the whole time that you're eating it, you're going, what's that? It's got kind of like a fizzy sweetness about it, a perfume. Look at the gorgeous colours. Green, yellow, red. Yes, of course, you can do that in a food processor. It would take 10 seconds to do it, but that's not what today's all about. We're gonna push all of that here to the bulgur wheat. In with some great olive oil, cold pressed, extra virgin olive oil. I'm putting about 5 or 6 tablespoons to start off with. And then I'm gonna just splash in 1 or 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. A nice little pinch of salt. And then just mix this all around. It's gonna be so good. There is a beautiful homemade tabule. Now just look at the meat, you can see it changing colour now, getting very exciting. So while that's going on, pickles.
To add some tang, I'm gonna make 3 quick pickles to scatter over the kebab. 1 with sliced up crunchy radishes, salt and a splash of red wine vinegar. 1 with sticks of sweet beetroot, salt, vinegar and a glug of olive oil. And 1 with sliced red onion, salt, coriander and lemon juice, so it's got a kick, but it isn't fiery hot. With all my extras done and the meat now perfectly cooked and golden, I just need to roll out my individual flatbreads.
We've got a lovely old dough. Get a little rolling pin and just push it out. We want it to be about 1 centimetre thick. Delicate, simple. So let's cook it. Look, 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 see? Whoa! There you go. Bubbles of joy. Okay, chaps, it's that time. Honestly, this is like a dream.
To serve, kiss the flatbread with hummus. Add a sprinkle of tabule. Some dabs of amber sauce.
Let's get those gorgeous bits of charred meat.
And top with some of the pickles.
And that will be a kebab like you've never had before.
Then wrap it up and give in to pleasure.
Oh my Lord. Pickles, charred meat, all those layers of flavour, all wrapped up in that lovely flatbread. Fantastic. Why don't you give it a go? You'll love it.